Guys, Caleb here, and today I'm incredibly excited to compare possibly two of my favorite sets. This right here, the Aston Martin DB5, is probably my favorite set. I don't know, it's either this or the Bookshop. Those are both two incredible sets, but I absolutely love this set. But this set, a newer set that I got this weekend, but another one of my favorite sets. I really do highly enjoy this set. So today we are going to be taking a look at both of these sets, comparing them, seeing the differences between the two of them, similarities between the two of them, and overall seeing which set is better. We'll be rating them with this handy dandy chart I made where we'll be looking at the displayability, playability, durability, value, the door test, and my biased thoughts to reveal blank out of 60. So whoever wins this will win the entire thing and will be the better set for your money. Calling this comparison pretty versus gritty, as this is definitely the prettier car, and this is definitely the grittier car, being James Bond, lots of killing and dark stuff in James Bond, but this is a much lighter, fruitier, colorful car, and so it's going to be very interesting to compare the two of these, because they are very similar, but also very, very different. A pretty interesting comparison we can make is between the instructions of the Fiat 500 and the instructions of the Aston Martin DB5. For the Fiat 500, obviously we just have a picture of the actual car in real life, as well as a very nice logo and some information about the actual car inside. Well, on the James Bond one, the outside cover looks like secret files, which is probably my favorite instruction manual of all time, just because it looks like secret files. Like, that is absolutely sick. It's even got the military insignia and the Q branch and everything on there. And of course, it also has actual information on the actual car inside of there. But these are both two of some of my favorite instructions ever, both for this really nice picture and these really nice, like, top secret file instructions. So you even have the paperclip up there. Taking a very fast look at the little details and play features of the Fiat 500, there's definitely more in the Aston Martin, but this one still has some, so we'll go over that in this video. Obviously, the doors can open up to get access to the interior, and you can, in fact, fold the seats back in order to get some access to the back seats there, and they fold back very, very easily, which is very, very nice. The roof on this model obviously can fold open, and on the Aston Martin, there's obviously the ejector seat feature. We will compare both of those in a minute, but it's got this very nice felt that folds right open. There's also the front trunk, which can fold right up, and there is a little spare tire in there that just fits in there. Obviously, the trunk is in the back in the Aston Martin, and the engine is in the front in the Aston Martin, but the engine is on the back here on the Aston Martin, where we do have the entire engine, which is a very nice engine, a little bit smaller, completely different design than the Aston Martin. Also rolls very, very well, very, very smoothly, of course. Obviously, one major difference between the two cars is that this is $60 cheaper than the Aston Martin. The Aston Martin is a steep $150. While I do think that is absolutely worth it, this is definitely a little bit cheaper and a little bit smaller. We'll also compare that in a moment. But it is definitely a little bit cheaper, and you are getting definitely a very, very good-looking set for that money. The door test, you can get a bonus 10 points if you can hold the entire model by the door. So we're going to test if we can hold this entire car by the door. I've only tested this once, not going to spoil if it worked or not. And you can see right now, so we can take the door, and if this can succeed, it can get an extra 10-point lead on the Aston Martin. Can we hold it up? Yes, we can. It's a little bit wobbly, but it does hold up. Actually surprisingly sturdy. Obviously, I wouldn't really carry it around like this, but you can definitely hold it up by the door, and that is actually very surprising. I was not expecting that with Fiat. The car is also very durable. Like, you can pretty much pick it up from almost anywhere and take it, and only one tiny piece fell off. But it's not really going to break on you. You can pick it up from almost anywhere, and it's not really going to break on you. It's actually a surprisingly, tough car. Like, it's not really going to break it everywhere, and I can't quite say the same for the Aston Martin, I'll admit that. Fiat, the displayability is a 9. I really love the displayability of this. The play being a 7. I definitely think the Aston Martin has more play than this. Durability, 8.5, very, very durable car. The value, 9 out of 10, great value. At only $90, less than $100 for a creator expert car. Door test, plus 10, did the door test. And my biased thoughts, 8.5. I just like the Aston Martin better. So that leaves the Fiat score 52 out of 60. Very good. Going to be pretty hard for the Aston Martin to pass that. For the look at the Aston Martin, man, this thing is such a beautiful set. I really love the gray color scheme on this. Obviously, if you want something more fruity and summery and that's going to pop on your shelf, go for the Fiat. But if you want something that's going to blend in a little more and look a little bit more dark and moody on your shelf, then go for the Aston Martin. This thing looks so kick butt, and as any James Bond fan would love this set, it's obviously the most iconic James Bond vehicle of all time, pretty much the Batmobile of James Bond. For a look at the features, obviously the entire hood pops up, and there is a small engine inside of there, but I honestly sort of like the look of the engine on the Fiat a little bit better. Obviously the doors also swing out on this. There is a little gear shift in here, and obviously there is also a gear shift on the Fiat, but the fun feature about this is that when you actually flick the gear shift, the machine guns on the front go down, which is an incredible feature, possibly one of my favorite play features on any set. Incredibly hard to build, but very, very cool to have actual working machine guns with a lever inside there. Also, you can sort of see the AC back there, and you can flip it back with the gear. And there is a hidden GPS, which isn't anything to brag about these days, but it was very cool in the 1960s, and so it's very cool to have a flip-out GPS in there. So on this side, you are going to have the flip-out telephone, which is a really cool feature, and also on both sides, you also have the rotating license plate, which is a very cool detail. Obviously, on the Fiat, all you have is these tiny little leftover license plates, which you can just put on, but personally, I like the flip-out version a lot better, because you don't have to have the clumsy side bit. Obviously, the trunk lifts up on this as well, and inside you have these two tiny poles. It gives the Aston Martin the tire shredders on the actual tires, which is something you have to build in as just a little accessory side bit, but it's very cool to have these, besides the Fiat's just sort of boring silver hubcaps, this also has, optional tire shredders to shred people's tires, which is really cool. As for the most important test of all of it, the door test, we can in fact take the entire Aston Martin by the door. The other door does swing open, but you can pick up the entire Aston Martin and even shake it, and it's definitely given some stress on there. Like, it does not feel crazy sturdy. Obviously, I'm not usually going to pick it up like this, but it is possible to do, which is incredible and fascinating with these creator expert cars. Obviously, on the Aston Martin, you also have an exhaust pipe, which you can twist for the bulletproof shield that pops out the back, and unfortunately, it is a little bit stiff, so you can't quite, crank it all the way down. You just sort of have to press it back into place, but it's a very, very cool feature nevertheless. Obviously, the biggest feature in the entire set being this thing here. Basically, when you pull the bumper on the back forward like that and shoot it back, and the ejector seat pops out. It is probably my favorite play feature in any set I own. It is such an incredible feature, and you can just load it back and do it again. It's an incredible feature, shoots out very high, and best play feature on any LEGO set I have ever had. It's such an incredible feature to have a working ejector seat on a James Bond car, and obviously this being the only James Bond set ever, it is just so cool to have a working ejector seat like that, and you would never notice. And so instead of a working sunroof, this obviously has that. The durability, I will say, my brother accidentally knocked this off my dresser one time, and it sort of shattered into a million pieces, and I had to spend about an hour getting it back together, and so it's not as durable as a Fiat, I would say. The Aston Martin, the display is a 9 out of 10. I feel like both of these are about equal for displaying. They both absolutely look incredible on display. I don't really think one looks better than the other on display. Playability, 10 out of 10. Absolutely incredible playability on this, endless play features. Durability, 7.5 out of 10, just because Fiat's a little bit more durable. Value, 8 out of 10. It's a little bit more expensive, although it is genuinely a better thing. Door test, plus 10, obviously it worked. And my biased thoughts are 9.5 out of 10. This is as close to a perfect set as it gets. And my biased thoughts are I'm just a massive James Bond fan, and so that definitely counts into it. Leaving the Aston Martin score 54 out of 60, beating the Fiat by 2 points. So it was very, very close. Having these both in hand, I was a little bit surprised by, you can just see basically from the top here how size-wise they are. Aston Martin is definitely a good bit longer. You can see they're lined up pretty well at the back there. And the Aston Martin is definitely longer. However, the Fiat is actually taller than the Aston Martin. So this is a lot longer and flatter, but this is a lot shorter and taller. So it's very, very interesting to compare the sizes of the two. Here we go. Aston Martin DB5, 54 out of 60. Fiat 500, 52 out of 60. However, I really don't think you can go wrong with either of these sets. Obviously, if you're a James Bond fan, go for the Aston Martin DB5. My biased thoughts are this is definitely a better set, but if you're shopping on a budget and you just want to pick up a little car, then go for this. Can't really go wrong with either of these sets. These are two of some of my favorite sets, and I definitely want to get more of these epic creator expert cars in the future. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this, and also let me know if you want me to compare the Fiat to Steamboat Willie, which is another $90 set. Could be a very interesting comparison to make. Seabird Productions, sign off for now. Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my latest videos, because I have lots of epic videos coming soon, and I will see you guys later. Peace.